I always have many minds about the past
Mm.
or about the future,
Yes.
but my mind is always not live for now.
Yes.
Sometimes I realize that I will mention that I will be focused on this moment,
Yes.
but many times I will my memory will run back to the past.
Yes.
So do you have some advice for me
Mhm.
how to bring me back to the moment right now?
Right. I mean, what you are describing is what the mind is. It's not only your mind.
Oh yes,
It's 7 billion other people.
how do you know that? I have been so
because
many.
because the human mental sphere is going like that, and that's what the mind is about. Always being busy about the past and projecting it in the future.
Yes,
Yes.
because many fear inside, and I'm frozen when I go through the accident in my childhood, and when I face to the things just like the childhood, I live frozen, and I will be many fear comes out, and I cannot go through it. So many many voices take me back to the past.
Right, right. Now, it's not that when these memories come, that you have to suppress it in the subconscious again. Then let them come. But try not to get lost in the story. If you do that consciously, you're not getting lost. It's only if you are dreaming about it and are not even aware that you are there in the past, in the past, in the past. But if you become aware, oh, there I am in the past, and there is really a strong issue that is charged emotionally because of, I mean, everybody has those things from the time when we are growing up. Those traumatic stuff that we have not processed, that somehow they are there in the subconscious, and sometimes they come up. And when they come up and they are too strong to simply drop, then let them come, invite them even, but try not to get lost in the story, but be here now and see what it is doing to your experience now. Just observe your body. What is that story, those emotions doing to your body right now? What is it doing energetically to you right now? If you observe like this, then you don't get lost in the story, but you're here now. Now, you ask me whether how to bring the attention to the present. It depends. Are you doing some kind of practice?
Sometimes,
Yeah. And
but not
can
curious
I
about
ask
it.
what you are doing?
Just like let my anger out, just like cutting the pillow,
Ah,
and then
that kind of practice.
dancing, dancing. Let myself active, not go
Yeah.
through into the story,
Yeah.
and but after that, nobody accompany with me.
Mhm.
I need to talk with my inner child.
Yeah.
But sometimes I agree with it because many painful
Mm.
inside, and then I will jump into the story again, and I will let my sadness open up, and then I jump into the sea of the sadness,
Mhm.
and it made myself painful. So the next time when the fear comes, when the painful comes, I will try to escape from it.
Then you just somehow postpone the event. Then you postpone the thing. Learn to bring your attention to the present in one way or another. And since you are very uncluttered with instructions, I'm telling you to do very simple things. Just breathe in consciously, breathe out consciously, and relax.
No, after I talk with you, I see the it's the silence come from
Right.
my inner
Right, but if you feel that you are, that if you are aware that you are not at all in the present, then just start breathe in, breathe out, relax, consciously. And then let come what comes. All the old stories, all the old suppressed emotions, you don't have to go and look for them. It's not that you dig in the dirt and there is more there, because this is a jungle, there is no end to it. Just be here, be now, be silent if you can. And then those things that need attention, they come by themselves.
Yeah.
And then let them come. Watch them play, let them play out the stories, but at the same time don't lose your touch with the now. With that, because this is just an imagination, the past, the memory, and we give it a false life by holding emotionally onto. There is only one point where you are touching reality. That is now. And now is not really, not even a point in time. Now, the present is not even a point in time. Because if you point at the point in time, it's already past.
Yeah.
It's never now. It's even if you make a fraction of a second, it's never now. But there is that sense of presence. And it's like when you connect with that sense of presence, you're stepping out of time into that presence, in that presence. And there, the time-space continuum is like flowing in front of you. And in that time-space, there is that story that creates all those traumas, all those things that are not resolved, and then let them come if they have to come. Invite them, but try not to lose that touch to that sense of presence. That which you are touching when you say I, without thinking. And not I'm like this, I'm like that. Just when you say I.
I. Just remind myself, I.
Yeah. Say it in your mother tongue. I.
What?
What?
Do you mean that I can present more subtly and subtly to realize that I am now, right?
Right. You are really only now. All else is in the mind. There is such a totally different category, the present moment. Now that life is there, now that beauty of life is bubbling up, all else is in the mind. And the little moment before is just a memory. And it doesn't exist except as a memory, but we keep it artificially alive by emotionally hanging on to it. Emotionally, and then from the long past, from the childhood, we had a lot of big emotions about things, not aware that we had them, and then slowly suppressing them in the subconscious, and we give that past a reality that it doesn't deserve, that it doesn't have. It's not real. It's just a memory. There's only now where it's real.
But the memory will influence my behavior right now because I go through the accident, so I will react to the similar things like before,
Right.
and it repeat and repeat and it will be a circle for me.
Right.
And I don't have the strength to break it.
Yes, you have.
To change the the things I face right now. So I always try to escape to the past or project to the future.
Right. And as long as you try to escape like this, you are keep it alive. You just postpone the event of getting rid of it. instead of escaping into the past or the future, learn to bring the attention to the now. And you can do that with a simple thing like consciously breathe in, breathe out, relax.
Yeah, I think so.
So redirect the attention to that simple action. Anyhow, you're breathing the whole day long.
I
So,
could practice.
so you can as well do it consciously. It helps to bring your attention here and relax. Not being fixed now on your nose. Just use that manifestation of the force of life as a means to bring the attention to that living moment, and then relax. Relax, relax. And then when this past stuff comes and it's painful, don't try to escape, because then you just send it back, waiting there until the next chance is there to come up again.
Yes, I'm on cycle right now, so I want to be more open up to it. Even though I will try to escape from it, but I want to build a habit that I try some just like meditation or other method to be at right now.
Right.
Yeah.
By all means. It's helping if you have that way of redirecting the attention. But you can pick up something that is coming naturally for you, that is very simple, that is very easy, that you can do not simply when you're sitting down for meditation, but also when you're busy, when you're active. The moment you remember that you find one way of redirecting the attention. It's not easy when the attention is so totally involved, especially if it's very emotional in stories. It's not so easy to abstractly simply drop it. It's much more easy to redirect the attention to something. Some simple thing like breathing in, breathing out, relax.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's all.
But somehow or other we have to face what is there. You can't escape forever. You don't have to go looking for it, but you don't have to run away from it. Both. When it's coming up, deal with it. Look, when I came to Amma, then I have been doing all kinds of practices before, and she said, you can sit and you want to sit, don't do anything else. And then I sat. And I hope now in that she was that young, crazy mystic, and there was such a potential atmosphere there. And I thought now within no time, boom, this is going to be exploding my experience. And instead of that, it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse, because there was so much stuff I unconsciously still was carrying along with me that was not resolved. And in the beginning, I was unnecessarily hurting myself a lot by desperately not wanting to deal with it. Desperately, when it came up, just control, force it back in the subconscious. I wanted there to be in a cosmic state and spiritual and not busy with my stupid neurotic mental nonsense. Until I came to the point that I had to surrender to the fact it is simply there. You can't avoid it. If it's too strong, you cannot simply drop it. And then often sitting there, instead of being quite okay, the whole stuff would come. Stuff would come up and stories would come up. But then learning not to completely get lost all the time, but be here now. And become more and more aware, no matter what is happening, there's always that aspect in you that is not affected by it. Whatever is happening in your mind about the past or whatever is happening in the circumstances here, There's always that aspect in you that is absolutely not affected by any of this. And when you learn to let things come instead of trying to escape or suppress them again, then you become more and more aware. It's not necessary to keep that emotional stuff locked into it. It simply becomes more and more just a story, and then it's losing its power.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I concentrate, I feel I'm fulfilled and I'm powerful.
Yes.
And I can see things clearly and I can make action very quickly. But when I jump into my story and I feel confused and I can't make decision and I can't
Right.
face to the moment right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so the more when it comes up and you deal with it and you let it go, the more its power is disappearing, and finally it cannot more pull you away into old stories and force you to react in ways that you don't want to react. Yeah.
I understand. Thank you so much.